is Christina Johnson. I am a co-founder and co-owner of Dell and Dell International. I just want to greet everyone who's tuned in this morning. I'm so excited about this morning's broadcast. We're going to be looking at some of the ways to overcome the fear of change. If you're a regular here, you know that this live stream is typically streamed with me having my co-founder right next to me. However, he is not with us today. Keep him in your prayers. He is overcoming. He's overcoming a little bit of not feeling too well. So we definitely have him in our thoughts and our prayers this morning. But I just want to take a moment to thank each and every one of you who tune in, who share. I see those shares. I see those likes. Marcus and I both benefit greatly from hearing from you. So we've been getting text messages and calls and emails and all of the like, just with you sharing with us that this live stream is really resonating with you. So we want to encourage you, go over to our YouTube page. Now, listen, this is going to be very significant as we move forward, as we're preparing for a new year. Structurally, we're going to be implementing some format changes and what have you. So it's going to be very imperative, very important for you to follow us on YouTube. So hop over there after the live today. You can look us up, Dell and Dell International. We're right there on YouTube. There's a whole library of all of our broadcasts. You can go through, graze through, and just glean all of the rich content that is there, but also subscribe, make a commitment to us. As we have committed ourselves to you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday since we started, we would love for you to in turn and in like fashion, make a commitment to us and subscribe to our YouTube page. Now, listen, last week we really broke down and eradicated a lot of the excuses that people make that prevent them from taking action. And there were, I believe, a list of 5 or 6 fears that generate or cause excuses. Excuses. And what our live stream does, and this is what we prayerfully, this is what is transpiring with those of you who tune in. We really want you to reflect and evaluate yourself, analyze yourself, be brutally honest with yourself, and say, why is it? Ask yourself this question. Why is it over the last year, over the last 5 years, over the last 10 years, I have not fully apprehended or laid hold of the aspirations, the goals that I have for my life? We really must operate from a position of truth, transparency, and vulnerability and accountability. We have to be accountable to ourselves when we need assistance with that. And most of us do, because listen, it's just human nature for us to give ourselves the easy way out. That's just human nature across the board. However, with our clients, with Dell and Dell, we provide high levels of accountability, and we also provide a safe place for folks to share what their dreams, aspirations, and goals are, to be brutally honest regarding what they believe has prevented them from attaining or achieving or accomplishing those goals, dreams, and aspirations. And what we do as transformational coaches, we come in, provide that accountability, provide the tools, identify those underlying issues that have cropped up and popped up in individuals' lives, preventing them from going forward. We're keenly skilled at being able to identify those hindrances, identify those blockages, identify those hurdles, and then give you the tools to overcome them and reach your highest and best version of yourself, to reach the peak of your performance, and to break glass ceilings and all the like. So we want to encourage you, and we do it every single time that we come on, just about. But we want to encourage you to call the number that's at the top of the screen, 213-395-8133, or drop us an email at info@DaleandDaleInternational.com. Listen, we are here at your service. We want to do our part in helping navigate you through this process so that you become the you that you've always desired to be, right? So let's just jump right on into our our topic today regarding overcoming the fear of change. The fear of change. Last week, when Marcus and I talked about this, there were a number of fears that generate excuses, and one of the ones is the fear of change. And the very first way to overcome this fear is by cultivating a growth mindset. It all starts in your mindset, the way you perceive things. Listen, we must, and you must, or any individual that desires to overcome the fear of change, you must embrace the idea that change is an inevitable part of life. Change is inevitable. Now, listen, many of our clients that we speak to from day to day and over the months and over the years have identified a time in their life where things were so chaotic or so unstable, or there was just an overwhelming sense of insecurity or instability as children, that when these children, now adults, as you are now, have either strong control issues, like they have to be in control of every specific aspect of their lives, and they grip on so tightly, but it's rooted in those fears and those insecurities from their childhood. Well, the fear of change is the same. But the truth of the matter is that change is a part of life, and change also presents an opportunity for growth. You cannot grow unless you are willing to embrace the process of change. So, therefore, a growth mindset involves seeking challenges, or I should say, seeing challenges as opportunities. When you you see a challenge, you see change, look at it as an opportunity to grow. It's all the way, it's all in the way you perceive it. And when if there's a situation where you feel as though your heart is racing, you're feeling anxious or stressful or uptight because change is coming, there are tools and techniques that are available to you to help dismantle that anxious and the anxiety and the stress surrounding fear, so that you can then think clearly and with peace of mind, and actually view that change as an opportunity rather than as a threat. Change is not a threat. Oh my gosh. And we see change, oh my goodness, presenting itself to us over and over and over again, whether it's in the workplace, whether it's in school with our education, whether it's with our relationships, whether it's within our own physical bodies, right? Things change. That's all a part of life. So there is a positive, healthy, holistic way to approach change. So, number one is cultivate a growth mindset. The second is break change into manageable steps. Oh my goodness, I cannot emphasize this more. When change happens or something transpires that we did not expect, and it puts a demand on us then to think quick on our feet, because oh my goodness, my plan it requires now for there to be some changes. Listen, do not look at the entire situation as a whole. I believe we may have spoken about this previously, or maybe it was a conversation that I had individually, just one-on-one with Marcus, or maybe one of our other clients. One of the greatest things that has helped me, I would say just even within the last 10 years, was the thought. I know it was on a different platform, and I shared this with the folks. Was the thought, what is the best way, or how do you eat an elephant? How do you approach that task? What does that mean? That just means that you're facing something that's monumental. You're facing something that's larger than life, larger than you, larger than anything that you feel or perceive that you can handle on your own. So when change presents itself, a lot of times it's as this huge undertaking, and oh my gosh, just what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And we go into panic mode. And what I am sharing with you today is that panic mode does not serve you. Break that larger situation down in smaller bite-sized pieces. And I guarantee you that as we walk you through that process, because yes, it's a process. It's easier said than done, you might say. See, I heard you say that. I heard you say that, and I'm ready for you. You're saying, oh, well, Coach Chris, Coach CJ, you don't understand. That's easier said than done. You don't know what I'm facing. You don't know what I'm dealing with. There's no way around this. I am here to share with you there is. If you break the situation down into bite-sized pieces or manageable components, break it down, dissect it, chop it down, and let's begin. Step one, focus on what you can do. Focus on what you do have. Focus on what you do know. You're like, well, I don't know, and I can't see, and I don't have. Okay, we understand that for the whole situation, for the whole scenario, you may not know, see, have. However, what do you have? There's always something in your hand that you have. There's always something within your control that you can do. There's always something that has presented itself that you do see. And that is where we begin with you in helping you navigate through handling the larger picture. So never allow the larger picture to scare you off, to frighten you, because you can break it down in smaller pieces. Now, the third area, first was cultivate a growth mindset. No growth, no change, no growth, right? Then break change into manageable steps. And then the third and final word that I would give you today, and I'm hoping that you're taking notes and that you're really locked in. Focus on what you can control. And I just gave you a little clue on that. Focus on what you can control. And when I tell you there is a power in putting energy and effort into what you are capable of doing, what you can control, what you do see, even though it may seem as though it's not addressing the larger picture, as you put those efforts in, as you take those steps, that larger picture begins to get smaller and smaller and smaller and increasingly more manageable. I guarantee you, change often comes with elements beyond our control, which can contribute to fear and uncertainty. Instead of dwelling on what you can't control, shift your focus to aspects that are within your control. One of the things, as I close today, I mean, these 15 minutes go so fast, but one of the things that I would share with you that is within your control, and that's calling the number up top. If that is the only first step that you can take, do that. That is within your control. Reaching out for help is within your control. Reaching out for coaching is within your control. Reaching out for mentoring is within your control. Take that first step. Partner with someone like Marcus and I. Now, I listen. I am going to toot our horn here for a little bit. The last 40 seconds that I have. Between the two of us, Marcus and I have over 75 years experience in this space. Over 75 years experience. Can you imagine the wisdom? Can you imagine the experience that we are able to impart and share the tools, the techniques, the concepts that have worked for us and for hundreds, even thousands of other individuals who we have mentored and coached, and ministered to over the decades? Oh my goodness. I run into people all the time who say, I remember you from this conference or this workshop or one of the books I've written or what have you. And you helped me so much. And one of the things that makes me a little nervous, sometimes I don't know why I get nervous, but it's always so funny to me. They go, I will never forget what you said. And my response is always, well, what did I say? And they'll go on to share with me the words that I spoke to them that literally changed the trajectory of their lives. Listen, guys, it's not difficult. It's not a challenge. You want change. You want something new. You want something different. Embrace change. Embrace the growth mindset. Know that you're growing. In order to be something new, do something new, have something new, you must change. So change must come. And we are here to help you with that process. This is Coach CJ. It's been real. We look forward to seeing you on Friday. Again, we miss my co-host, my co-founder, my partner in crime, Marcus Dunlop, and we pray that he is doing better. And we will see you really, really soon. Have a phenomenal rest of your day. Bye-bye.